What sounds better? Proactively fighting potential threats, or scrambling to pick up the pieces after an attacker has successfully made their way onto your system? As threats continue to become more complex and targeted, it's more important than ever to focus your efforts to minimize the risk before it's too late. Vulnerability management is one way to do that. What is vulnerability management? Vulnerability management is a continual process, not only to detect risks on your network, but to create a plan to prevent those vulnerabilities from causing future damage. A good vulnerability management system combines technology and a team of security experts to proactively detect and act upon security risk. The stages of vulnerability management. The typical vulnerability management process breaks down into multiple stages aimed at analyzing, prioritizing, and protecting your network. Stage 1, Discover. The initial stage of the vulnerability management process is all about preparing for the vulnerability scans and tests, making sure your bases are covered. This means organizing all your company assets and uncovering any forgotten devices. Compile all of the assets you need to test, determine their importance, and who can access them. Work to maintain a continuously updated inventory so you can provide a map of the vulnerabilities throughout your network. Stage 2, Assess. Once you've compiled all your devices and inventory, the next stage involves the tests to make sure every device is scanned, both accurately and efficiently. It's not just about knowing the vulnerabilities, but gaining timely, efficient access to the information. If you aren't receiving the data from a credible source, you might be wasting your time on false positives. Once you're aware of the potential risk on your devices, the next step is to prioritize those vulnerabilities. With a large number of vulnerabilities disclosed every day, it can seem impossible to manage them all, making it all the more significant to prioritize the biggest risks and resolve those first. Stage 3, Report. All this data is then compiled into a custom report, giving details on the vulnerabilities and how to prioritize them. These reports will include recommendations as well as the best plan to triage the risks quickly and seamlessly. It should include the actions to take and give step-by-step instructions to fix the problem. The purpose of the report is to significantly decrease the security risk these vulnerabilities present in a practical way. Stage 4, Remediate. In the stage of remediation, the goal is to monitor vulnerabilities, assign tickets, and manage exceptions. As vulnerabilities are detected and reported, the next step in the vulnerability management process is to correct, monitor, or remove those vulnerabilities. This can be accomplished through the necessary updates and patches, or workarounds to avoid the threat. This stage is then repeated as new vulnerabilities are discovered. The network and its devices need to be continuously monitored to detect and find new vulnerabilities that might lead to potential future threats. Stage 5, Verify. The final step is to verify the success of the entire process. This step not only helps you see the mitigation was successful, but also maintains transparency and accountability across the company. The whole goal is to reduce the attack surface of a company, finding ways to minimize the threat of an attack by decreasing vulnerabilities. With an ever-growing number of vulnerabilities, it's challenging to know how to detect them on your own, let alone prioritize and remediate them. Equip your team to fight back by investing in a vulnerability management tool and team to minimize the risk and potential threats.